This is called the Drive Cast, or Drive Podcast Live, Jacksomus Live. Pretty much just chilling with Jacksomus, live on my way down to the airport in a ride. And I was talking about life, and how life throws you curveballs, and how every time that you do something, your life goes into either a downward spiral, or you have some kind of thing that throws you off. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, you're probably saying, well, Jack, life is what you make out of it. You learn things as you progress. You learn things as you go on. And if you don't learn things in life, then you're just going to be, living life. You're going to enjoy what you got that came to you, and you're going to go from there. And most people, they take everything that they learned, in their lives. So, you got things that you were taught in life. So, like, your parents basically taught you what to do in life in the situations that you weren't ready for. You were given tasks and jobs to do when you were a kid. You were given puzzles. You were coloring books. You were given tasks and things to do, to learn. And coloring in the lines was one of the things that most kids did. Me, I colored outside the lines and everything looked like crap. And I realized that was wrong. Or I got scolded for it, or I got yelled at and told that wasn't the right way to do things. When I was in school, when I was in kindergarten, there was a lot of cool things in my life that I was learning a lot of things. I was learning a lot of cool things. Being in kindergarten, you learn a lot of things. You learn, hand on the paper, whatever. You do finger painting, that's a really good one. You learn ABCs and 1, 2, 3s and everything else. I mean, I was always mesmerized by Big Bird and Sesame Street and all this other stuff, but I was also learning Spanish a lot. I love Spanish. Because Sesame Street, for some odd reason, their second language was Spanish. Because one of the girls on the show was Spanish, and she was teaching Spanish all the time. And I thought it was pretty cool. And I was also learning, other things about other people, and I had a pretty cool, following growing up when I was learning a lot about Spanish, and I love Spanish. It was really cool. Spanish was one of those things that you just did with second nature. It was really cool. Really fun. I love Spanish. I thought it was really cool, but do I know any Spanish now? No. I know swear words and and things that are bad, but I'm not going to say them on here because I don't want anybody to listen to what I have to say and then go, oh, Jack, you're stupid, or you're dumb because you don't know what you're talking about. Because, most of the time, people don't know what we're talking about. Yeah, you got to stop for 3 seconds instead of rolling through here like everybody else does. But, people in this world learn things by doing. Some people read it. Some people listen to it over and over and over and over and over again. And some people learn by doing it, by just sitting there and saying the wrong thing and looking dumb about 7,000 times, and then going, oh yeah, I know exactly what that is. And then they say it, and they're like, they do it, and then all of a sudden their teacher's like, yeah, that's right, good job, you're learning. Now me, I was a hands-on kind of kid. I was a guy who had to be hands-on. I had to touch everything. You tell me not to touch it? Boy, did I touch it. Boy, did I put my hands all over the damn thing, because I wanted to make sure that you were telling me why I wasn't supposed to touch it by saying why I wasn't supposed to touch it. I mean, I wanted you to tell me that, yeah, that's hot, or don't touch that because you're going to burn your hands, or don't touch that because I don't want you to touch it. And once you started to do that, once you started to say, don't touch that because I don't want you to touch that, then I took you serious. Then I took you serious. But you just sat there and was like, yeah, don't touch that. I was like, yeah, there's a reason why he doesn't want me to touch that, but I'm going to touch it. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep looking at it. I'm going to keep thinking about it. Because, damn it, I want to know why you don't want me to touch it. Like I said, we all learn by doing. We all learn by doing something. You know? We all sit there and we look down at the ground and we go, that's why you don't want us to touch it. But I mean, god dang, I did all sorts of crazy stuff when I was a kid, man. Oh my god, did I do some of the craziest stuff. So, I used to have a contest, or I used to try real hard to throw a dart into a plug-in socket. Yeah, into an electrical socket. Because I wanted to see what would happen. Because, we thought, because I saw it done on a TV show, and when they did it on a TV show, it got stuck in the thing, and then the power went off, and then the circuit exploded. But then before the guy went and, did it, he tried to pull it out of the thing, and then it launched him back a couple hundred feet. And we thought that would happen to us. So we could never get the damn thing in the hole. So we just held on to the plastic end and shoved the metal end into the thing and tried to figure out what happened, and figured that since plastic was a conductor, we were, we didn't know that. We just thought, hey, But that's what happened. We got shocked. And then I used to push my hand inside of the light bulb socket. So I took the light bulb out of the thing, and then I pushed down on it, and it electrocuted me. And it shocked me. And I never had anything happen from me. I kind of just got a little bit, I got a little bit, buzzed, literally. But, I didn't think anything of it, But people were telling me that, Jack, if you're not careful, you could die. My parents said that. My mom was like, Jack, don't do that, you could die. And she was probably right, you could. But, and I learned over time that, I was a circuit, and it was going through me. and it hurt. A lot. So I didn't do it ever again. But a lot of times you don't even know you're being electrocuted, because sometimes you just don't feel it. You just think it's a buzz, and you're just like, oh, that feels good, Yeah. But, so what I'm saying about life is life has its choices. You can sit there and take life one day at a time and live it to your full extent and make it worth your while and just see how it goes, or you can learn from your mistakes. Now, I learn by doing, and I'll tell you, man, I've learned a lot of things in my life, and I will tell you, I learned a lot of things in my life, and I will tell you that I'm glad I learned these things. I'm glad that I learned this kind of stuff, and I'm glad that I got the insider's choice about it, and I learned it, the hard way. So I was one of these kids that would go out, and if somebody told me no, I would go out and try it just to see if it would, hurt me. And I would jump a bike over something. And back in the day, I had a friend of mine. He's no longer a friend of mine now because I think political stuff got in between our family or got in between our friendship, and he doesn't ever want to talk to me anymore, and he doesn't really know who I am. And if he's out there ever listening, and Chance Putsky is listening to this story, and he's on Facebook, and if I ever find him, I've already tried to ask him 90% of the time that I was his friend and I care about him. But somebody told him no once. And my God, did he prove that guy wrong. Chance Putsky took his BMX bike and he took that bike. He went 100 miles an hour, but, well, it actually wasn't 100 miles an hour. It was more like probably like 25, maybe 15 to 25 miles an hour. And he jumped his bike off of one ramp to another ramp that was probably about 30 feet apart. And Chance flew. And Chance overshot the ramp by a good 5 feet. Yeah. He landed on the other side of the ramp by 5 feet. So he flew over 35 feet in the air on a mongoose bike. Yeah, kind of like the one from the Rad movie, He flew through the air. Yeah. Didn't do any special heroics or anything like that. Just flew through the air, landed on the other side. Everybody in this neighborhood thought this kid was nuts. But I believed in him. I believed in Chance. And I remember back in the day when we were friends, I would go over to his house all the time, and I would love hanging out with Chance Putsky. I mean, Chance Putsky was one of the coolest guys. He was my best friend. I loved him so much. I still love him to this day, but some political stuff has gotten in the way. So that's why we don't talk anymore. So Chance is really cool, and I love Chance more than anything in the world. So Chance is this kid, right? I mean, we were good friends. I mean, he's probably like a couple years younger than I am. We used to play in this guy's yard, Mr. Schweitzer. That was his name. And really good kid. Really good kid Chance was. And he jumped his bike 35 feet, like I said. But this kid was all about karate. And he was all about, karate. He loved, like, Bloodsport. He loved all these karate movies, right? Like Surf Ninjas, Ninja Turtles. I mean, dude, he was like the coolest kid in the world. Wasn't the tallest guy in the world, but hey, he was cool as shit, And I was really good friends with him. And I loved him. I loved him more than anything in the world. I thought he was going to grow up to be a black belt and like be in karate movies and be in like, MMA and boxing and kicking people's asses and stuff. No. That's what I thought he was going to be into, and I thought he was going to do that kind of shit. But, he got older. He's on Facebook. I know he is. And he's one of my best friends, and I love him more than anything in the world. And I love him like I love Brian Sullivan and, Brendan and all those guys that are my friends. Troy Dothy, all those guys that come up on my Facebook wall and talk to me and everything. But, I only have a few friends that really understand and get to know me and really understand me. And the Chance Putski era is what I call it, but Chance Putski was one of my best friends, right? And he was in Virginia, so I met him when I lived in Virginia, when I lived there. And, I went to Laurel Ridge Elementary School over by not Pomeroy Drive, but Gainesboro Drive. Because I lived in Fairfax. Yeah, I lived in Fairfax, Virginia. And when Chance was one of my best friends, I went to school with him all the time, and we hung out. We played with each other. We were friends. We were the best of friends. We were, we had each other's back, okay? And Chance and I would hang out on these cushions. Now, they would have like an L-shaped couch, and then they would have all these cushions on the ground. And we would wrestle on these cushions. We would do like wrestling moves, like WWE stuff and WWF stuff, and we would have so much fun. Yeah, we'd have so much fun, and we couldn't believe it. We were just kids having a good time, And it was just the coolest thing ever, man. It was like one of the coolest days of my life, and I enjoyed it so much. So, I had such a fun time with Chance. I really enjoyed it, I really loved it, and I thought it was fun and everything else. And we used to hang out all the time and do crazy stuff and everything else. And I miss him like it was only yesterday. But when I lived my life, when I was having my life and I was talking about the ups and downs and trials and tribulations of life, I was realizing to myself that Chance made me do things that I really never thought I would ever be able to do. But he made me feel good about myself. Like, I remember back in the day, we started this one team, or we started this crime-fighting police team. Yeah, I was talking about this today when I was making pancakes. And it was called Jack and Cheese. Yes, it was called Jack and Cheese. I don't think that Chance probably would remember it, but what it was Jack was the sidekick, and Cheese Rodrigo was this detective. For some odd reason, Chance would always play a detective. His name was Cheese Rodrigo, and he would always, he had this love interest for this girl named Rosa, and he always, thought he was going to meet a Rosa or a girl that was really cute or whatever. But, he always got the ladies. Chance was a ladies' man. He had that, that smile that could make you fall in love with him even if you didn't really want to be around him. But Chance was a ladies' man, he was a ladies' man. And, but we came up with this idea we were calling it Jack and Cheese. And, yeah, it was the Jack and Cheese Protection Agency, or Jack and Cheese Detective Agency. And I remember it was like, we had like a theme song, and it was like some like, you know, some disco 80s song that was like, Jack and Cheese. They're some cool ass dudes, if you know what I mean. Jack and Cheese. Don't mess with them. They'll kick your ass and they'll take your name. Jack and Cheese. They say those cats, Jack and Cheese, are one bad mothers. Shut your mouth. I'm talking about Jack and Cheese. You know, and Jack and Cheese, man, that was like the only people that you ever like when Chance and I would go someplace, it was like, hey Jack, what up, Cheese? Jack and Cheese. Cheese Rodrigo. You know. But I mean, you know, Cheese Rodrigo, man. I thought that was like a really cool name, and I thought it was really badass. And I wish we know Jack and Cheese. Jack and Cheese Rodrigo. Something like that, but I don't know, man. I mean, I might have to work on some music or something that's just going to be funny stuff. You know, I'm going to do like, so I'm on my SoundCloud, I'm going to do like snippet videos, like really small, like little snippet things that are like kind of small songs that we'll have like, you know, background music for. Yeah, we'll do like background beats, and not background beats, but we'll do like song titles and stuff like that. And I'll do like commercials and ads and stuff for like, for products and stuff. Just, you know, saying shit for just, you know, joking around. Yeah. Because someone says I have a pretty cool voice for doing things. A lot of other people think that I should be a comedian. And I think I should. I mean, I should be a comedian. I don't know if I really want to be on TV, like for sportscasting and stuff. But, because I don't know what I can get away with now, because everybody's so touchy-feely about everything nowadays. And I don't want to hurt someone's feelings, but I don't really want to be like, you know, tied down to sports and stuff. I actually want to do my own TV show, like Conan O'Brien or like, you know, Jimmy Fallon or something like that, but something that doesn't play by the rules. You know, like a Howard Stern, but like late at night or late in the morning, or, you know, when everybody goes to bed, Jack is getting head, you know, or something like that, you know. I'm not getting head because I probably never will get head, because a woman probably never wants to be with me ever again. I don't know. I'm not cool enough. I mean, late nights with Jacksonists, I mean, that'd be awesome. Because I'm a night owl, dude. I'm a guy who comes out at nighttime when all the Hooters are out, you know. Woo, woo, you know. But, you know, 'cause you know where I'll be found when I come around. Yeah. So anyway, but like, the one thing about me is that I like being a night owl. I like being on like late nights. I could be on like a heavy metal channel, like on XM radio, like Hair Nation or some shit like that, and be like, you're rocking out with Jacksonville Live on Hair Nation, guys. Woo! Up now is Styx. Or here's Twisted Sister with We're Not Gonna Take It Anymore. You know, or something like that. Yeah! I mean, one of the people that I actually want to have on my show is, I want people to come through, you know, and, you know, I actually want people to come to my house and sit on my couch and do, like, late night with Jacksonists or something like that, where we basically go get food, and then we sit there and we talk about bullshit or whatever, you know, bullshit, reminiscing, and having a good time. I think that'd be an awesome show. I mean, we could have all kinds of crazy stuff on there. But I've always wanted to do my own show like Wayne's World or something, you know? Like just do my own fucking show where I could have my own fucking thing. I really don't know what to call it. I mean, Jacksomus Live sounds pretty cool, but, you know, Late Night with Jacksomus, I mean, that sounds really kick-ass. Yeah, Late Night with Jacksomus and your band, the Jacksomus 7, you know. No. I don't know, man. I mean, we can do whatever we want on the show. Smoke pot, you know, have fun, rock out with our cocks out. Just kidding, Facebook and YouTube. I mean, that's not nice. I mean, maybe if I could do it someplace where we could let things go, like Twitch maybe. See what Twitch says. You know, I like Twitch. I actually want to start my own Twitch channel. JakKlauZ. Oh. But, you know, I mean, I like it. I think it's fun. I really wish we had something to do, you know. But most of the time when I go down to when I do my own thing, you know, I get in trouble, or a lot of people don't like it because it's new and it's me. And I just wish that, you know, people would just stop, like, worrying about shit, hating on me and shit. Like, you know. Have you guys ever tried this Mondo body spray shit? It actually is really good for, like, farts and stuff. Yeah. It clears out the air really well. I recommend it. You know, buy some Mondo body spray, you know. It's really good stuff, all over deodorant. Works really well for all those smelly places. Like pits, tits, ass, belly button, ass crack, private area, vag. Yeah, man, it's really good all over deodorant. It's really good for you. I mean, I like it. I like Mondo. I also like Old Spice, and I also like smelling like a, you know, like a lumberjack, you know, or a big huge bear. I smell like a polar bear, you know, like berries and juices and Viking. I wish they had like Viking scents, like Odin and Thor and Rebel Boat, or like Pine Tar Ass, or Pillaging Blood, or Burning Corpse, you know, or something like that, you know. Why don't they make some really weird smelling shit and just let people try it out themselves, you know? I don't know. I'm also really big on hockey. You guys can find my podcast here for hockey. I mean, hockey's getting over with soon, which really sucks a horse's cock, because hockey's almost done in April. And when hockey's done, then I have nothing. Then I have lacrosse and rugby. But I'm also going to try to watch a lot of wrestling. Like, you know, I want to do wrestling. Like, I really want to get into wrestling and stuff. But see, like, I want to do my own thing. I want to have a late night talk show where people can come to my house and, like, fucking sit on my couch and have a good time and be like, yeah, I'm hanging out with Jacksomus Live, and tonight's special guest is like Kanye West, or, you know, or Jude Law, or, you know, Hugh Jackman, or Ryan Reynolds. Wouldn't that be kind of cool? But, you know, it probably costs money to get them all on my show. I mean, I like the Graham Norton show. I think the Graham Norton show is fucking cool as shit. But I just like it, you know, that people can come on my show and not do shit like The View. Fuck The View, man. I don't fucking like that show. I think that show is fucking stupid. Because, I mean, it's all political. And nobody wants to talk politics. Politics can stay in its own little fucking world. Just talk about themselves and what they do. You know? Yeah. Keep politics the fuck out of damn, like, stuff. Even religion. You don't really need to get into religion or, or politics. Just don't need to. That doesn't need to go down. No. Talk about car show stuff. Like, I wouldn't mind having Michael Peak from Minnesota After Dark come on my show, I mean, he's a really good guy. I mean, he's got maybe, I don't know if there's a car meet tomorrow, or maybe there's a car meet tonight on Saturday here. I don't know yet, but another cool thing is today I'm going to go to Valvoline and get an oil change done, because the Mini Cooper's got to get an oil change done, because I'm driving around on fumes. It smells like burnt oil every 5 minutes in the car, which is not good, because I've actually let the car go a little bit longer than it's supposed to, which I shouldn't have done. But one of the things that I can't ever, realize to myself is, why is it that I want to do this stuff with these kind of shows? Because I think it'd be really cool. I mean, but it's already been done. Yeah, like Stephen Colbert and Late Night with James Corden and shit. They've already done this kind of stuff, though, Jack. And you want to go out and do your own show? What makes your show any better than their show? Yeah, I mean, it's because it's me. And I don't talk all that political nonsense and garbage on my show. I just want to talk, everyday life. That's what I want to talk about. Like, why is Wendy's so freaking good? And, what makes KFC, and what makes Popeyes better than KFC? I mean, what makes everything tick? I mean, you gotta freaking just, go out there and not be branded by, the government. I want to just be me and have a show where I don't have to worry about fucking people cutting me off because I say something about politics, or I'd start talking about, what's going on in the world. But what's going on in the world? We don't even know. Yeah, I mean, Donald Trump is signing all these executive orders. People are hating Elon Musk. For what reason? I have no idea. Tucker Carlson is like, not even on TV anymore. He's on Twitter all the time. Trump has got this really, hot girl that works with him, that, talks to all these people and tells them to shut the hell up because she's got a pair of balls. I mean, she's great. I don't know. She's awesome. But you just don't want to piss somebody off. And then I met this really cool person last night. I met this really nice lady. She's a great nurse. Yeah, she's been nursing. She's been a nurse for almost 42 years. And her name's Carol Brinkman. And she's really awesome. She's one of the greatest people in my life. I really think she's a very inspirational person. And she's just like, she's just like Barb. Barb from Heaven and Earth Essentials. She's the greatest woman in the world. And, Carol and I, we talked about things. Carol's cool. And I use this thing called the Dot Card, which I totally recommend everybody buying. And basically this Dot Card has all my information on it. You can pay me on Venmo if you really want to. You can do all sorts of fun stuff with it. And it's really cool. It's really badass. I really like it a lot. But no, Carol and I were talking, and it was really cool. And I just want people to know that I'm not some splash in the pan kind of guy who doesn't want to just have fun. Like, I enjoy living my life. And I really and truly want to be happy all the time. I'd love to do a thing called Taxi Cab Confessionals where I talk to people, but that's already been done. That was on HBO a long time ago. So, like, I think we should call it, like, Groom Transportation Confessionals. I think that'd be so cool if we could do that. But we're not going to, because it can't happen. Because if it does, then the passengers will be worried about, being seen on TV and stuff like that. And I don't want somebody to get into trouble. Because, I don't want anybody to get hurt. I don't want anybody to feel down about themselves. I want people just to be cool. But see, JakKlauZ Live, because I always go back to my favorite kind of thing. And my favorite kind of thing is, okay, there was a movie back in the day called Ed TV. It was called Ed TV, and and I talked about this before. And Ed TV was a movie that had Matthew McConaughey, Woody Harrelson, the girl from Will and Grace, I think it is, or no, she's a girl from something else. I can't remember what she's from, but yeah, she's like really kick-ass. She's really cool. She's from Dharma and Greg, I think. Yeah, I think it's Dharma and Greg. And it had Ellen DeGeneres on it, and it had some other really cool people. And it was a story about a guy, and they follow him around everywhere with a camera. So they called it Ed TV. So I call mine JakKlauZ Live, is what I call mine, because I'm JakKlauZ, everybody. Hi, how you doing? I'm JakKlauZ. And so I do JakKlauZ Live, and basically I just sit here and turn the camera on and record myself. So basically that's what this is. This is basically me being me, JakKlauZ Live. Now, I had a passenger get on with me today, really cool guy named Gerard. I took him up to Brainerd. Now, imagine if the movie Forrest Gump was changed around to a different kind of movie. It was called Fancy Gump. And Fancy was a chick. And this is based off of the Reba McEntire song where she became like a not a porn star, but she was like a girl that was, that basically she started off as a hooker, and then she became a Broadway singer, and then, she went on. Now just imagine if that was how Forrest Gump started out. It's called Fancy Gump. And she was a chick that was like, she was a chick, and nobody really liked her. And she started out, from a broken home. Her mama died. Yeah, her mama died. And then she gave her a dress. And then she told her to be nice to the men. And basically she was like, now Fancy, you just do what these men tell you to do and be a whore for them, and they'll pay you really nicely, alright? And imagine if that was a movie. That would be really cool. I mean, it'd be really funny to see. I think it'd be a different kind of movie. I mean, But that's what, like, Showgirls, and yeah, Showgirls was that way, and what was that one movie? Flashdance. Like, Flashdance was that way and shit, Imagine if Urban Cowboy was a different way. It's called Urban Cowgirl. That'd be so different. It'd be more country than Beyonce, but shit. I mean, it'd be a good show to watch. I had this one girl, she was on Facebook, she sent me a message, and she said that she worked with the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. Now, right away, red fucking flag. Because why the fuck would anybody who works for the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders be interested in me at all? I sure as fucking shit don't think that would ever happen. So I said that was a big red flag. But 90% of the time, there's all these fucking people that are on Facebook that look me up, and since my last name is Klauz, K-L-A-U-Z, they're looking me up and they're thinking that they could get to know me and think that I'm just going to give them presents and give them all sorts of stuff. No, I ain't giving you shit. I don't know who the fuck you are. I don't care who you are. If you want to be my friend, then don't fuck me over. That's all I ask for. Because all I want is for someone to like me and be friends with me, hang out with me, give me a chance, make me feel like I fucking matter. You know? I don't really know what kind of world we live in right now to where we gotta worry about everything that everybody else thinks. But imagine this. Imagine living in a world where your only opportunity in life, man or woman, was to do something that would change the world. And as soon as you did it, you became a multi-billionaire. But just imagine it. Because the other night when I was watching 2.5 Men, I was realizing to myself that you could either be Alan, you could either be Charlie, or you could be Walden, or even Jake. You could have that kind of a lifestyle, and you would never know what you're ever going to come out with unless you try something hard enough. If you try really hard to be happy, then you'll be happy. But if you basically take it one day at a time, save money, pay your bills, pay your debts, pay all your stuff to society, then you'll make it in life. Yeah, you'll make it in life. And you'll go far. But if you sit there and, think that, I'm not good enough and I'm going to blow myself away all the time like I do, because the reasoning is because I don't think I got any friends. It's because I'm going by with what I see in social media and everything else. Like every time I turn my goddamn Instagram on, this is what I get. If you skip this, God will skip you. Because if you don't share or send this to the first people that comes up in your likes or whatever, then God will skip you. But see, the thing is it really a positive affirmation? Or is it just somebody trying to get likes on a fucking goddamn webpage? Because that's all I think it is. I don't think it's a positive affirmation. I think it's somebody who's full of shit. Because, you can believe in God by reading the Bible. You can believe in God all you want to. Yeah, you just have to believe in Him. You don't have to have somebody tell you that if you skip this prayer verse, I'm going to skip you and I'm going to hate you. The Bible even says that Jesus loves you. Yes, you know. Because the Bible tells you so. It's even in a song. But all you have to do is believe. You have to believe in yourself, believe in the Bible, believe in the gods, and believe in whatever you want to believe in. But some people, they believe in other things. But that's religion, and that's something you don't get into. Don't knock somebody for believing in something. Yeah. Some people believe that they're Santa Claus, like me. Because I believe that he's my cousin. Yeah. I believe that Santa Claus is my cousin, dude. And someday, when the world is just right, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to show people that I can actually do something in this world. That I can actually go very far. I mean, look at my friend Quentin David. My God. Beautiful country singer. Beautiful guy. Beautiful person. I would love to have him on my podcast. Yeah. I'd love to have him on my podcast. I'd even like to do some music with him. If he would like to. But, you know, I don't know. I mean, he did a song called Honey, You're Right. And my God, is that song amazing. It grabs my heartstrings and it holds a part of me, man. But if his music, if his albums and his CDs and everything else could drop on Spotify, holy hell. Man, he's got some great music, great tunes, man. He's a great guy. Great dude. Totally respect his ass. Yeah. He finally went to a cool vehicle, too, by the way. He went to a Bronco. Really nice vehicle. I want an FJ Cruiser, but I mean, I like the Bronco. I like the Mini Cooper, you know? I'm actually thinking about trying to collaborate with a company called Matt Tracks and bring back Tracks Revolution and sell the Triangle tracks, because that's what I want to do. I want to sell Matt Tracks and drive around with the tracks on my vehicle every day. Because I think it'll work. I think you could drive around with tracks on your car instead of having tires. But that's just me, you know? Because I believe in Matt Tracks. I believe in the company. I believe in their, you know, I believe in their product, you know? And that's something that I believe in. And I love it tenfold, you know? I definitely would like to, you know, have it and have it done. And, you know, I think that it's really cool. You know? But one of the things that I don't quite understand and I don't get is why people react differently to tracks than they do to tires. I mean, because imagine driving around with tracks on all day and you break a track, all you do is replace it. You're good to go. It's like replacing a link. It's like replacing a link on a watch or a watch band. You pull the thing out, you put it down, and you're good to go. You just carry a track in your car. I mean, I don't see what's wrong with driving around with tracks on, but you know what? People are going to think it's crazy and weird because it's different. And people aren't ready for different. They're not ready for change. But technology changes over the years, and if you don't find out about it and you don't like it, then don't believe in it. But I'm going to believe in a product because they believe in me. So the guys from Matt Tracks, I give you total props. I give you total respect. I want to someday help sell your product here in St. Cloud, and I want to put them on a pair of all-wheel drive vehicles and just have them, because I've gotten out of the automotive industry for aftermarket stuff. But I'll tell you right now, one of the things that I love more than anything is the Matt Tracks, because I love the ability to have tracks. I think it'd be really cool. Let's lay some tracks, man. Because that's what I believed when Tracks Revolution came out 30 years ago, or 28 years ago. I always loved the Triangle tracks. I think they're really cool. I think you could actually do some really cool shit with them. I mean, Ken Block had them on a Subaru. So why not put them on a Mini Cooper? Why not put them on a GTR? Why not put them on an F-250 or a Bronco or something, you know? I think that'd be badass. That's just me, though. I'm only one man. I'm only one man today. That's not how the song goes, but I don't care. I mean, that's just me. You know, I changed my damn bed around today too, man. I almost killed myself doing that shit. Freaking bed damn near broke on my ass. Bent one of the metal rods because I put my knee in the bed. I did like a downward knee and I didn't mean to do it. I was trying to sit down on the bed. I gotta break it something. One of the things that I've never understood is when you buy a metal frame, why the hell doesn't it come with like a metal sheet? Yeah. So like, when you put a bed down, the bed is going to go through the holes of the, it's going to go through the holes that, you know, the brace. It's going to go through the bracing. So why don't they give you a sheet, a metal sheet inside the box that lays inside the frame? You know, so that you go out and buy a piece of sheet metal, you measure out what your box spring is, and then you lay the sumbitch in there so that the bed doesn't fall through the damn wedges. Yeah. I mean, what the hell is wrong with people who make things these days? You know, if you have a bed frame that comes in a box, throw a piece of metal in there too. Or tell them what size or tell them what size sheet of metal to get that matches the frame to put on top, so the damn box, not the box spring, but the mattress doesn't go through the wedges or go through the holes. Yeah. Because, you know, you have bracing that goes like this, that goes side to side. You put the mattress in there, and then the mattress will bend, and it will curve, and it'll fall through the holes. So you know what you do? You put a damn piece of sheet metal on the top of the thing, measure the same thing as the box spring, and then the sheet metal won't go through the damn bed. No, it'll lay there flat and support it. Because any goddamn time you make a bed, if you make a frame and you put a mattress inside of a frame and you lay on that mattress, it's gonna bend in the middle. Yes. So how do you get rid of the bending? I don't know. Go out and get a flat piece of board and put it on there, or a flat piece of metal. Put a thing of sheet metal between you and the bed, or you and the box spring, or you and whatever, and it won't fall through the fucking bed. They don't think about that when they make this shit, because they just make it so cheap that you can't friggin' ever, so you go out and buy another one. Yeah. Nobody ever uses their freaking head when they make these goddamn things. And it's because they want to cut costs and save shit. Because people are so fucking stupid. Metal bed frames are the best way to go. But too bad when you're fucking, they go, eat-er. Yeah. So you gotta put a little WD-40 on the fucking thing. And it won't do it anymore. But here's the thing, man. You can't even make bed frames out of wood either, because they creak as well. But you want to know something? When they make bed frames, they don't think about, they just make the damn bed frame. They make a big, huge square, then they put some braces across it, and then that's it. They need to put a big piece of plywood that goes down before the box spring goes down. Yes. Put a piece of plywood. Tell them, okay, so when they buy the frame, tell them that they need to go out and buy a piece of wood the same frame width, and then put that on before they put the box spring on, because that way the box spring won't fall into the bed. When you make pallets, right? Yeah. When you buy pallets only have a gap about like that big in between the boards. And then you lay a mattress on top of that, you're not going to fall between the cracks. No, because the crack is only about an inch. When you buy a frame and they put the slats in between it, they put a 3-foot gap in between the different bracing. Yeah, they put a foot gap in between them. A bed is going to sink between that gap. So you know what you do? You put a piece of plywood over top of the frame, then drop the box spring, then drop the bed on top of it. Don't make it so that you do a half-ass job once. Do it right the first fucking time, and then don't fucking go back to it. I wish companies would just pull their head out of their goddamn ass and make it so much easier for people to buy products instead of waiting for them to fucking break. I mean, shit, if you want it built it your fucking self. Yeah. But then when you go out and buy plywood and stuff, you spend so goddamn much money. I mean, shit, you can go to a company and use pallets. Put pallets together and then make a big bed frame out of it. That was the best bed frame my wife and I ever had, was when we made it out of pallets. It was fucking cheap. It was easy. It was heavy as fuck. But you want to know something? We were fucking happy. I mean, we were on the ground. We weren't high enough up. You mean, you got to put like 4 pallets high before you can make a bed, you know? Yeah. 6 pallets up makes a pretty decent frame. Yeah. But I'm going to tell you right now, man. Life is what you make of it. And if you just sit back and you relax and try to recapture everything in life, god dang, what the hell have I ever done to deserve a shit like this? And you just don't fucking know. Yeah, I know. I gotta put money in the swear jar at home. I swear too much, I'm sorry. Thing is that, you know, swearing is second nature. If my dad never told me swear words, I would never use them. You know? No, because they're in the vocabulary. They're dictionary words. Yeah. People use them in everyday sentences. I mean, hell, if they weren't censored on the radio all the time, people would be saying it all the time. People would think, God, that guy swears like a sailor. But the reason why we do it is because, one, we ain't got nothing better to talk about. Can't rhyme 2 words together and not use the word F or this or that or shit that and this, that, and the other. I mean, you can. Yeah, you can go around and not say swear words. It's easy to do it. You just don't do it. But like when we were kids, when we were young, and every time you said something, you thought about it after you said it, especially a swear word. I remember one time when I said bastard one time. Yeah, when I said bastard, I was like, get this bastard bike out of here. You know? My dad slapped me like across the face, like, you know, or across the ass or whatever or something. And I looked at him like, what did I do? And I couldn't believe it. I could not seriously believe that my dad paddled my ass for saying bastard. I didn't even know what the hell it meant. But then I found out that bastard meant that like you were a bastard child, which means that like your mom slept with a different guy, got her pregnant, didn't take the responsibility for being a kid, but then your dad raised him, you know, because it wasn't him, you know, it wasn't his child or whatever. So you were a bastard kid, you know. Like everybody used to say I was the bastard son of, you know, Bill Cosby or some shit like that, or, you know, Phil Huxtable or some shit. But one of the dads that raised my ass when I watched a lot of TV was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I loved Phil. I loved Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil was one of my favorite people. I loved Uncle Phil's wisdom. I loved everything that he said to Will when I watched the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And I've watched every episode of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air all the way to the one where Uncle Phil and Will are sitting there after Will's dad comes and visits, and then Will's like, well, why doesn't he love me, man? And I just break down and cry, because the thing is I feel what happened. I feel what happened to Will and how he didn't, you know, feel like anybody loved him. I mean, I have that problem sometimes. I think that nobody loves me. You want to know something? To be 100% honest with you, I feel like nobody fucking loves me. I feel like nobody wants to get to know Jack. I feel like they just don't give a shit about me. Like I'm just basically, you know, a stain in everybody's life, that the only reason why they're around me is because they want to say what's up. But then my friends tell me, Jack, you know, if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be the way that we are. Or Jack, if we didn't know you, we wouldn't understand, you know, that it was okay to pee outside. Shit, I still do it now. I still piss outside all the time. You know, I don't give a damn. If I gotta pee, I'm gonna pee outside. I mean, dogs do it. They lift their leg, which I don't quite understand that. I mean, just go, you know. I mean, some dogs squat, some dogs fucking lift their leg, and me, I just pull down and piss. And then if anybody looks at me, I say, hey, I'll write your name in the snow, or just wait around for a while and I'll be done. Because I'm not afraid about what happens to my ass. I mean, I had a lady one time lift my kilt up, you know. Yeah, it was I think it was at the Renaissance Festival or whatever, or someplace. She lifted my kilt up and she couldn't believe that I wasn't wearing underwear. Because the thing is when I wear a kilt at the Renaissance Festival, I am not wearing any underwear. Because I know for a fact that my junk is my junk, and if you really and truly want to look at it, you're a sick motherfucker. You are. Because why the hell would you want to look at my penis? I mean, why do you want to look at my shit? There is no reason for it. None. You know? And yes, when I wear a kilt some other damn time, I do have underwear underneath it. Because the thing is I don't want to scare any people, because I don't know who the hell is going to lift my damn kilt up and see what's underneath there. I mean, shit. I wish some chick would lift it up and be like, I like what I see. Can we talk? Yeah, that'll never happen. I couldn't even get a blind girl to go out with me. Yeah, we went to Buffalo Wild Wings and the blind girl told me that we weren't compatible with each other. That's how shitty my fucking life is. I told this one girl, I met her on the bus here. Turned out to be the greatest girl in my life. Met her, thought she was cool, gave her $300. She turned around to be the biggest fucking cunt in the whole entire land. I don't know what the fuck her problem was. Yeah. She fucking turned out to be the biggest bitch in my life. I don't know why the hell she's that way. You know? And I can't even deal to go with what's been going on with online dating and all that shit. Don't even get me started there. That's like a fucking worthless fucking piece of shit. Every fucking time I turn around on my Instagram, I always get this stupid fucking bullshit about I got 4 holes, I got big cherries, a huge ass, and I'm looking for a dad bod. And then you message them, they don't fucking talk to you. It's a thing to get them to go to your OnlyFans page. You know? And now there's a page on Facebook called Shield Maidens and Vikings, which I'm a part of. Yeah, it's Shield Maidens and Vikings, which I'm a part of. And all these girls keep on posting pictures about how they're coming from, France or Italy or Newfoundland or Russia or whatever. But all it is to go to their OnlyFans page. What the actual fuck? Seriously? Why can't people just seriously, why can't people seriously just make a damn freaking page, on Facebook or something that's legitimate and quit pretending to be somebody that they're not? Why do all these bitches make these fake profiles that just send you to their OnlyFans page? Whatever happened to a real fucking girl, that you meet at a bar or that you meet online and that you talk to in a freaking, in a chat room or something like that, and she gets to chat with you and then you video chat with her and she's legit and not a black guy living in a bunker in Kenya. I'm sick and tired of that shit, man. Fucking seeing all these stupid goddamn people living in bunkers in Kenya trying to get fucking Razor Gold cards and iPhone cards out of people. Just stop scamming people and live your fucking life. Stop being jokes and fucking around with people because it's stupid. It's not fair. It sucks. I'm sorry that, I live my life every day like it's my last day on this earth. But the one thing that I wish, I really do and truly wish that somebody out there could just give me a chance and not fucking make me feel like I'm just a loser all the time. There are times that I go home from work after talking to some really cool people, and I wish that I wish that they would go home and they would talk to me and they would like me and hang out with my ass and not feel threatened, not feel scared, not think that I'm some weirdo. Yeah, I want to live my life. But you want to know something? It's the way that I've wanted to be ever since day one. I've wanted to be truthful and real and not made up and be some, bullshit ass person who has no life. Because I don't like being fake. That's the one thing I can't stand is somebody thinking that I'm not legit. Somebody thinking that I'm just not real. Somebody thinking that I'm full of myself. Because I'm not full of myself. I'm Jack Craning. Well, now I'm JakKlauZ because I'm changing my name from Jack Craning to JakKlauZ because I'm tired of being associated with things that happened in my life a long time ago, and now it's time for me to change to my new name and be new in my life because that's what I want. I want to be new. I want to be me. To be 100% honest with you, Jack Craning's dead because I don't go by Jack Craning anymore. I really don't. The only people who ever call me Jack Craning or anybody who ever calls me anything, if you ever say Craning, I really don't answer you. If you call me JakKlauZ or Jack, I answer to that because JakKlauZ is my name. JakKlauZ. How you doing? But you know, Berserker JakKlauZ, you know? Just the guy who is trying to be happy and trying to live his life. Because that's what I want to do, man. I want to be happy. I do not want to be something I'm not. Okay? I mean, I've lived my life every day, you know, and all I want to do is continue to do the same thing, but maybe get lucky. Maybe win the lottery. Maybe have something go my way. Maybe turn around and be like, you know what? Maybe it's my time to shine. JakKlauZ Live may comes my show. I think I'm just going to start chilling with JakKlauZ. JakKlauZ Live, a.k.a. chilling with JakKlauZ. That's exactly what it is. You know? Because I'm JakKlauZ and you're not. I came out with that name a long time ago, and everybody thought it was different when they first heard it, but now it's the coolest name since sliced bread. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else, by all means. I've never said I was better than anybody else. I'm just me. Don't hate the game, hate the player, y'all. Shit. I mean, dude, I grew up watching Showtime at the Apollo. I grew up with the original Kings of Comedy. I'm talking about Steve Harvey and you know, those guys, and like, Bernie Mac and all those guys, man. And I loved growing up with Sam Kinison. I loved growing up with Rodney Dangerfield. Rodney Dangerfield. And, I also grew up with, Andrew Dice Clay. I mean, there were kings of comedy that I grew up with, and I followed them all the time because, they were guys that were doing things that were different. And, they were doing, naughty nursery rhymes. I mean, naughty nursery rhymes was something that I learned from Two Live Crew, the band. The rap group. The one that was banned in the USA because they played music that was all about telling the truth. It was because they would talk about sex. They would talk about stuff that nobody ever talked about. Because they were like, that doesn't belong in music. Well, you know what? Maybe it does. Maybe it's a way that they want to express themselves. They weren't trying to say things like, oh, we hate these guys, or we hate this guy, or we hate that guy. No, they were talking about everyday life that things go through. And sometimes you meet a chick and she makes your junk so freaking hard that you want to just take her out back and bang the crap out of her. But she doesn't want to do you like that because she wants to get to know you. You know? I mean, sometimes things happen in life and we don't really have a way to, make it better. Some of us were listening to songs like Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys, but then we were listening to the Marky Mark version, because we heard it differently than everybody else. I mean, I listened to a lot of LL Cool J songs, and LL Cool J was singing the same thing that a lot of other guys were singing, but he was saying it in a lot different tone. He wasn't using F words. He wasn't using, this, that, and the other. Calling a chick bitch and honey and all this hoes and shit. He wasn't calling them that. But I mean, if you would turn on Def Jam Comedy, you turn on Def Jam Comedy Jam, and you would turn it on late at night, and you'd sit there and you'd listen to some of the things that they would say on the radio or on the TV, it'd be just like a 2 Live Crew song. Because comedy was comedy, man. And people did comedy because comedy was fun. It wasn't hurting anybody. It was words. Yes, it was words. It was scripts and phrases. It was things that people didn't quite understand. It was just things that people said. People were treated differently back in the day. I mean, people live their lives every day like it's their last day on this earth. And some people sit there and they think, well, what the hell did I do wrong? Or why did somebody hate me and try to ban me because I said something that was different than what some other comedians will say? It's just one of those things that's so different that people just don't get anymore. But what? We don't love them hoes. Somebody pulled too hard on the socket again and almost pulled the socket out of here. But that's one thing that most people don't quite understand. They don't get. Is, so people live their lives every day like it's their last day on this earth. And they do what they gotta do. Yeah. Yeah, I have nobody coming back now. No, I have nobody coming back. But I'll just check it. I'll just check it at the airport. Yeah. That's tomorrow. 16:45 at the Perkins location. He's coming from Terminal 1, and then I'm taking him to Perkins. Yeah. I don't know what time I'm working tomorrow, but we'll find out. Nope. I just have to go to Terminal 1 and check to see if there's anybody there, and then Terminal 2. Cast live on my way home. Yeah. I know what you guys are thinking. You guys are thinking, it's going to be fun. Sometimes I wish I had, sometimes I sit here and I wish that I was like a multi-millionaire or a multi-billionaire. If I was ever a multi-millionaire, like if I hit Mega Millions, Powerball, and Lotto America jackpot, if I hit all three of those one time, if I ever did, I don't even know where the hell I would even start with the money. If all three jackpots, one was like over 20 million, that'd be Lotto America, and like Powerball and Mega Millions were like over 300. So after you do taxes, you'd only get like 1,500 out of both of them. Yeah, so you'd only get like 150 million out of both of them. Yeah. So you'd have, after you added them all up, you'd probably get like 310 million from all three lotto. Like 310 million is all you'd have. But 310 million is a lot of money. Like, I mean, you could do a lot of things with that. Yeah, you could. You could have a lot of fun on GTA 6. You could go out and buy shark cards and just turn around and like buy everything before you even win the game. And that would be no fun, but I don't know, man. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I think it'd be like really weird. Like you'd sit there and you'd think about yourself and you'd be like, God, what have I done? You know? Yeah. I knew the people that I picked up were going to be picked up by somebody else. That's usually how it is. I mean, I really don't have anybody, you know. Yeah. But what the hell was that? Oh, man. The airport makes crazy noises at night. It's really weird. No, I love my long hair. Yeah, I can't believe that, I can't believe that I got it. I got it ripped out of my head. My long hair. Yeah. Now I'm putting now my friend Julie put these extensions back in, and I feel really cool about it. I love it. I want more extensions done, but I can't wait to do it and put it all into one big giant ponytail. That's all said and done. You know, I look cool. Yeah, I do. No, I gotta sit here till 1:30. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta sit here till like 1:25 or 1:20. And then I gotta check Terminal 1 and Terminal 2. Yeah. And then I'm gonna go home. Yeah. Every time it rains, it reminds me of a song by Ernest P. Worrell or Jim Verney from the movie Ernest Goes to Camp. Rain's coming down and it just sits there and it's like, gee, I'm glad it's raining. No one sees the teardrops in your eyes. And no one knows your feelings. And you're lonely and you're sad. You don't have anybody who's a friend. Something like that. It's called Gee, I'm Glad It's Raining by Jim Varney. And I miss that guy. He's no longer with us. He's not an actor anymore. And he's gone. And, yeah. The other night I was sitting here listening to Linkin Park. I was sitting here thinking about Chester Bennington and just sitting here thinking about his legacy and his life. And, God, I miss him. I miss him like I miss my best friend Dustin. Another reason why I don't like motorcycles. I miss Dustin so much. Dustin was one of my best friends. He was from the Leesburg era. The Leesburg time in my documentary, when I haven't gotten to yet, but he was one of my best friends. And I loved his family. I loved his parents. I loved his sister. I mean, she was like a little sister of mine too. I loved her so much. The night that Dustin got killed on his motorcycle, I can... One second. Oh, man. I just miss Dustin so damn much. That guy used to play saxophone. He used to just sit there and he was just... Every night he would learn a new song on saxophone and he would learn how to play it just by listening to it. He would play the Night Court, the Night Court song on saxophone. And he would always do some crazy song, or crazy thing on the saxophone. I mean, he did the best part of Waking Up as Folgers in Your Cup on saxophone. It was the coolest damn thing I ever heard. Made me laugh, I miss Dustin, yeah, and I call it the Leesburg era, and the Leesburg era of my life is when I was, Chance Putski's in the Fairfax era, and the Fairfax era is when I started kindergarten, so I was about 5 years old. I was 5 up to about 6th grade, so that'd have been 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, probably 11. Then we moved back to North Dakota, and I was in North Dakota. I was in North Dakota from 7th to 9th grade in Gainesboro. Or when I lived in, not Gainesboro, when I lived in Breckenridge. Yeah, when I lived in Breckenridge Square, in Virginia. The funny thing is, I'm actually trying to go to these places when I document it, but I will actually tell you just where it is. I want to show you guys Lemoore, North Dakota. I want to drive around and show you the town and show you what it has to offer and, what, like, a lot of the things about me when I was a young kid. I mean, I would love to go to all the places that I, used to know when I was a young kid, but it's just one of those things that's so hard to do. And you just really and truly don't know, where you want to go and what you want to do. I mean, there are some times that I just want to rent a hotel room and just stay there and log myself out and keep the van. And then drive home in the morning. Because I just don't want to go home sometimes. He would do things on guitar, bass guitar, saxophone, keyboard, whatever, you did it. And I got him to play the music for the song by Monica. Sister sang over top of it for my sister Krista's wedding, I think it was, or my grandma's funeral or something like that. I can't remember what it was. for the music. And yes, I want to get my SoundCloud back up. Am I going to rap again? No. I don't know. People want me to rap again. There's all these people who are like, Jack, you should rap again. You know, Jake and Jordan. Jake and Jordan. Yep. Leesburg era. You know, they were guys that were in my life, and they wanted me to freestyle rap. They wanted me to, you know, do stuff. And my God, I came out with so many goddamn songs and music, and I can't get into the name anymore. I can't get into the name anymore. I can't find the email address, and I called SoundCloud and I asked them if I could get into the account, and they told me that I can't get into it anymore because, well, it was an account that was whatever. So I'm starting over with JakKlauZ, and that's my new SoundCloud account. But it's going to be the same kind of music as that, but it's also going to be karaoke. It's going to be more, you know, stuff that I do differently. You know, I did the song 1,000 Miles from Nowhere, and I put it to Red Dead Redemption 2 when I was playing one time, and I made a video, and it's on my JakKlauZ YouTube channel, and it's really funny, and it's like, I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere, time don't matter to me, I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere, there's only one place. Yoakum a lot of props for the song, because I love Dwight Yoakam. He's a great singer, great country musician, great singer, great everything, and I love the guy. So I actually gave him a lot of respect, and I still do, and I think he's a great guy, you know. And I just want people to understand that, you know, I'm not trying to steal anybody's thunder. I'm just a guy who sings country music, who does karaoke, who wants to go very far in life, and wants people to love him. But I don't need AI, bitch. I don't need no damn AI. No. Oh, man. I got money in my pocket. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky. Yeah, Louis Armstrong. Yeah, I sing like that just for shits and giggles. Ooh. Yeah, 'cause see, I sing songs. And I swear that, you know, I do my voice, and I sing just the way I want to sing, and that's how it comes out. Everybody, tells me, Jack, you are totally in the wrong business. You should be an entertainer. You should sing all damn day. You should play it on the banjo and play. But all I can do is sing. I'll tell you right now, baby, I never bought you a damn ring, 'cause I don't want to be tied down. I'm just a loner, and I'm a stoner now. Do you love me? That's nothing to do with you, Joe. I have nothing but respect for you, and I hope you go far in life, okay? I love you. I remember when I was living in North Dakota, the Lemoore era, and it was 4th of July weekend, and she was doing Girls Just Want to Have Fun. I grew up in such a great time of music. Yeah, I grew up in a great time of music. I grew up in a great thing. Dude, you want to know who's another person I would love to have on my podcast? I'd love to have Josh. JakKlauZ. I actually met him, and he's a really cool guy. He's great. He's a really cool dude. He's from the band Saliva and Hinder. He's like a lead guitarist. And I met him, and I got a guitar pick from him. And he signed my t-shirt. But I got a picture from him, and we're on Facebook together. He's doing one of these. He's doing one of these poses, and he's really cool, and I love him to death. You know, I'm just gonna say fuck it, and I'm gonna do my own show. I'm gonna do JakKlauZ live. Yeah. Chilling with JakKlauZ. Yep, Chilling with JakKlauZ. That's my show. Because I think that's what it's going to be. I don't know. I mean, or JakKlauZ Live or whatever. I don't know, man. Who's got the claws in you, my friend? JakKlauZ is live till the end. Thanks, Dave Matthews. No, I mean, Dave Matthews put that idea in my head. God, I miss Dave Matthews. What a great band. Yeah, they were a great band. Bow. Bow, bow, bow. Bow. Bow, bow, bow. Oh, the little ants are marching, red and black and 2 by 2. They all do it the same way. No. Raindrops keep falling on my head. That doesn't mean that I will soon be turning red. Crying's not for me. No, I can't believe it that the rain. Nothing's worrying me. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Oh, la, 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 la. La, 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 la. So there used to be a guy who would get on YouTube, and his name was like Freddie Fox, or Freddie, like Freddie Fox, I think his name was. And he was a guy who like did like voiceovers, and he would grab a little fox that he had in his room, and he was a military guy, and that's all he would ever do. And I remember him doing it, but I'm not trying to be a YouTube sensation. I never really wanted to be one. No. No, I never really wanted to be a YouTube sensation. But I mean, I love doing YouTube videos. I love going live. And then that man was shot right there. No, I don't know, man. You know, I don't understand why anybody would ever really want to shoot me. Like, what would I have ever done to deserve to be shot? I don't know. Ready for this, and I'm not ready to go. And would you just kind of laugh at death, and would you kind of just, sit there and hate on him, or would you just sit there and be like, well, death, maybe you and I can go, together and can, live our lives and talk, But the thing is that, I would never know how to be ready for death. I would never know what to do. I would just be like, you know what? Yep, my time has come, And, you know, I would never know what I would be able to say or do, but I would just miss everybody, you know. If I never got to know my friends, if I never got to be a part of their, you know, their weekend update, you know, that's what I wanted to always be a part of, was their weekend update. Well, you know, I've always wanted to be a part of someone's life. And I've always wanted to feel good about something. But, you know, it's just one of those things. Just live my life every day like it's my last day on this earth. And I try so hard to make it work. And I try, you know, so hard for people to understand that, hey, you know, Jackson is trying. And, you know, I would love to have people on my show. I'd love to have people a part of my life. I would just love to be me, you know. Somebody who started out as nothing and became an icon, a hit, a legend. Nah, I'm not going that far. I'm not Sean Connery, you know. Well, I'm going to head over to Terminal 2 or Terminal 1, and I'm going to see what's going on. We've been on here for an hour and 46 minutes, and I just want to say tonight that there might be another one as soon as I get done. So this has been part 2 of the Drivecast for Jackson Live. Yep, I'm farting. It stinks in here. So I'm going to spray a little bit more deodorizer and clean up my mangy. I think Mondo spray for clearing up the van so it doesn't smell like asshole in here anymore. Because, I mean, you know, I got the farts because I'm farty and bloaty from having food. Terminal 1 and then go over to Terminal 2, and then I might come back for another show. Love you guys.